Good evening from Hong Kong and welcome back to the channel. I'm staying here at the Riga Airport Hotel, just a day room really. I arrived this morning on China Eastern Airlines and tonight in like 4.5 hours I will continue back home to Frankfurt on Lufthansa's Airbus A340-600. But first let's go to the terminal. It's gonna be a 14-hour flight to Frankfurt. 14 hours. Let's do that. So the A340-600 is parked outside, ready to go. Looking like an on-time departure. Departure is in less than 1 hour. Today's ride is Delta Alpha India Lima X-Ray. It's a 15-year-old bird. It's not that old actually, but still I have like zero expectations when it comes to the cabin today. And also to the food, I don't expect wonders with the food, to be honest. It's a standard Lufthansa economy flight, but that's not the reason why I'm taking this flight today. The reason is really just to fly the Airbus A340-600 because I've never flown on the Lufthansa version of that aircraft type, and it has one special thing, and that is the bathrooms in economy class. You see, normally bathrooms are like distributed, like some are in the back, some are like in the middle, in the front. In Lufthansa's version of the A340-600, they actually decided to install all the economy class bathrooms in the cargo hold, like on the lower level. So if you want to go to the loo, you have to take the stairs down to the cargo hold. That is so cool. And I wanted to see that before they phase out the A340-600, which will happen in the next couple of years. They're not exactly sure when, but it will happen at some point because they need a lot of fuel. For today's flight I actually reserved an aisle seat. I usually never do that. I would reserve a window seat, but I was thinking, you know, it's a departure in the dark and we're also gonna arrive in Frankfurt in the dark at like 6:30 in the morning. It's winter time in Germany, so it will still be dark. So it will be dark the whole time and there's really nothing to see out the window. So I was thinking, it's a 14-hour flight. Let's do an aisle seat, because it's easier if you want to get up. However, I checked the seat map and I do have some hope that the seat next to me is actually free. The seat next to me is not a window seat. I could have chosen any other seat, but on purpose I chose the area that's like next to like the stairs that lead down to the bathrooms, and there's like a wall that separates the stairs from the seats. I'm excited to see how that's gonna feel. Maybe a bit more private, I don't know. Yeah, welcome aboard the Lufthansa Airbus A340-600, and as I promised you, sitting next to the wall here of the stairs that are leading down to the bathrooms. Actually, I think the last row, like no, this is 39, row 40 is even better, I think, because you're like kind of tucked away in that corner. But this one is pretty nice as well. Yeah, seats look reasonably comfortable, very clean, I would say. There's a blanket, a pillow and a pair of headphones, and right now it's still completely empty, but boarding is underway. Until then we can enjoy an empty cabin. And the cabin is actually really warm. Like, I also joked with the crew about it. And they're also saying it's like really, really warm. I don't know, maybe the air conditioning is not switched on. Well, they haven't announced it yet, but I think it's safe to assume that boarding is completed. And in fact, I do have a free seat next to me, so I moved to like the middle seat. Is it a middle? It's a middle seat somehow. It's not a window. It's not an aisle, so it's a middle seat. And everyone is like talking about the heat. It's really warm.
Welcome from the flight deck on your flight to Frankfurt. Thinking some words about the wall temperature of the cabin. The reason for this is that our turbine, which gonna produce the air condition on ground, is not serviceable for the time. It broke down when the aircraft arrived in Hong Kong. And for the time, we have a little bit higher temperature in the cabin. That means as soon as the engines run, we can switch on the air conditioner, and then the temperature is going to be better. I hope for your understanding. Thank you. But otherwise, make yourself comfortable and enjoy your flight.
Boarding's completed and cabin crew out on some flight base.
Oh, okay. So the APU is unserviceable. The APU is the auxiliary power unit. It's like a very small engine in the back of the aircraft that can like generate power and like air conditioning. Apparently it's not working at the moment.
We are the responsible persons on this flight today. All of us in the cabin crew hope to make a stay with us a pleasant and relaxing one. We now invite you to sit back and relax while you fly to Frankfurt in 14 hours and 10 minutes.
This aircraft has 10 emergency exits. They are marked accordingly. Illuminated strips on the floor will guide you to these exits. The area outside the lavatories at the lower deck is also equipped with oxygen masks. After putting on the mask, sit on the floor and hold on to the handrail. As the number of oxygen masks in this area is limited, no more than 10 people may wait here at one time. Waiting on the stairs is also prohibited.
Airborne out of Hong Kong, runway 07 right. We left Hong Kong like 15 minutes late.
The guests today, you have the opportunity to enjoy our exclusive business and premium economy class with more space and leg room. If you're interested in purchasing an upgrade, please contact us.
Yeah, so Lufthansa does sell like onboard upgrades. I don't know how much it costs, but anyway, I think I'm good here. The crew is actually quite nice and really professional as well. There's another passenger a couple of rows in front of me who brought like a medical device on board, which he occasionally needs. It's like, how to say, like a breathing device or something. And the crew knew about that before, and they came to check up on him and also check the device itself. I thought that was pretty nice and also really professional. Yeah, also it was quite interesting on the ground. If I heard correctly, the engines were started while we were still standing at the gate, like before pushback, which is probably due to the unserviceable APU. The APU is actually normally needed for engine starts, so the APU would be running during the pushback, and they would use the APU to like generate enough power to like kickstart the engine, sort of. Now they couldn't do that. That's why I think they used the ground power at the gate to like start the engines, but I'm not too sure about it. In any case, the air conditioning came on while we were still at the gate, and the temperature is now quite pleasant. It's not too cold, not too warm, and the seat is quite comfortable as well. They do have, which I forgot to say earlier, they do have adjustable headrests. We turn to left towards mainland China now. Remaining flight time 14 hours actually. service has started. First they handed out like a pretzel snack and also a bottle of water, National Park water. I have not seen that brand before. Untouched, I don't know, already pretty nice I would say. But then they came around and handed out menu cards in Lufthansa economy class. That was such a surprise. So there will be a choice between pasta and chicken, like a Chinese chicken, combo chicken. I'm gonna have that. Let's see how they do it. It's supposed to be a bit spicy, but I don't know if they can do it or not. And then there's a carrot and cucumber salad as an appetizer, and an apple crumble cake as dessert. I love apple crumble cake. I have to say, this is turning out to be a very good flight actually. I didn't really have high expectations for Lufthansa, but for what expectations I had, I think they are already exceeding them. I think especially the pre-meal snack and the menu cards are like part of a restructuring of their service after the pandemic, because last year they announced like a couple of service initiatives and this might be part of it. And for the drinks, I mean, of course they have German beer, but they also have something called a seasonal cocktail. That is actually a surprise as well. So just yesterday, or like 2 days ago, I read that Lufthansa is like reintroducing a signature drink for their like business and first class, which is very nice. An airline should always have a signature drink. But I'm also curious to see what the seasonal cocktail specialty is. I'm gonna order that. Yeah, the dinner has arrived. As I said earlier, I went for the chicken and wow, it looks fantastic. Like the whole tray looks very colorful. The chicken looks pretty good actually with the rice. They give you chopsticks for the chicken. That's also pretty cool. Then you have like the carrot and cucumber salad. You have the cake, which is actually supposed to be an apple crumble cake, but it doesn't look like it. It looks more like a chocolate cake. But anyway, and then you get a pretzel roll as well. And I also asked the flight attendant for the seasonal cocktail. She said they have a gin tonic or a vodka coke. And yeah, I went for the vodka coke. Let's dig in. Meal service finished. It was really delicious and the crew is really lovely too. Like when I ordered the vodka coke, the flight attendant told me she could also make a vodka and tomato juice. So yeah, all in all they are in a really good mood, which can make a huge difference on a flight. I'm gonna switch off that light now, finish my movie, then check out the bathroom, and I will see you in the morning. Good morning. 1 hour 45 minutes to landing and the crew just switched on the lights and they're preparing the breakfast service. That's very welcome because I am getting a little hungry now, but I did have some snacks in between because they do have a mini bar set up with like pretzel snacks and drinks. And I didn't really sleep on this flight. Like maybe I slept for like 1 hour in the beginning, but then apart from that I didn't really feel that tired, probably because I stayed in that day room in the hotel. So actually I just watched a lot of movies on this flight and I'm now in my 4th movie. That's also not too bad. I mean, usually I don't get that much time to watch movies. Yeah, the flight was really enjoyable. The seat is like rather comfortable, I would say. The leg room is actually really good and there's no one sitting in front of me, so no one reclines into my knees. And if you need some exercise during the flight, you can like run up and down those stairs. Oh, and they're actually handing out hot towels. It is hot. And the flight was actually also exceptionally calm. Like over the course of this whole 14 hours, we had like almost no turbulences. I mean, there were like 10 minutes in between where the captain switched on the fasten seatbelt signs, but that's it, just 10 minutes in like 14 hours. Really, really calm. I rarely ever had such a calm long-haul flight. So breakfast has arrived, and again, I think it looks really good. So it's like an omelette sort of thing with beans, potatoes and spinach, and it came with a strawberry yogurt, and I got an apple juice with that. Breakfast service finished. Was pretty good. There was also a tea and coffee service after the breakfast. Now we are like 45 minutes before landing. Should be starting our descent, I don't know, in like 15 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning from the flight deck. This is your first officer speaking. Remaining flight time approximately 25 to 30 more minutes. We do wish you a nice remaining stay with us on board. Thank you, bye-bye.
Good morning and welcome to Frankfurt. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until we've reached our final parking position and the fast seatbelt signs above your head have been switched off. We hope you enjoyed this flight with us and thank you for having chosen Lufthansa Star Alliance for your journey today. We wish you a beautiful remaining day in Frankfurt, Rhine-Main, or safe and comfortable onward flight. Thank you once again. Bye-bye. Auf Wiedersehen.
Cabin 2, all doors are parked.
And made it back here to Frankfurt Airport. Now just waiting for my suitcase here at the luggage hall. It might take a while. Frankfurt always takes a while for the baggage. Don't know why, but we'll see. But it's also nice to be back home here in Frankfurt. I will stay here for like 3 months, but then I have my next trip planned in mid-May. I'm not gonna tell you where, it's a surprise. But in the meantime, I have a lot of footage to edit. Was a nice flight over here with Lufthansa in the very rare Airbus A340-600. It was a well-maintained cabin as well. And the food was great. I hope you liked it. If you did, and if you want to find out where I'm going next, subscribe. And until then, enjoy your travels.